Once upon a time, a young nobleman named Sun Gongzi encountered an unusual incident. He had been studying at the Lyogo Temple in the southern mountains and returned home for about 10 days during the harvest season before going back to the temple. When Sun Gongzi opened the door to his room, he found it covered in dust, with spider webs on the windows. He ordered his servant who accompanied him to clean and tidy up the room. It was only in the evening that he felt a bit refreshed and ready to rest. So he swept the bed, spread out the bedding, closed the door, and went to sleep. At that moment, the moonlight flooded through the window, and Sun Gongzi tossed and turned on the bed for quite some time without falling asleep. He felt an eerie silence enveloping the surroundings. Suddenly, he heard the sound of wind howling, and the temple gate was being rattled loudly by the gusts. Sun Gongzi thought that perhaps the monks had not secured the gate properly. As he pondered, the sound of the wind gradually approached his room, and in an instant, the door was blown open. This made him even more suspicious, and he tried to imagine what might be happening. The wind entered the room, accompanied by clanging footsteps, gradually getting closer to the bedroom door. It was at this moment that fear gripped him. In an instant, the door swung open, and a big ghost squeezed in, stooping down in front of the bed. Its head nearly touched the ceiling beams, with a face resembling old melon rind, gleaming eyes scanning the room. It opened its wide, basin-sized mouth, with sparse teeth measuring over 3 inches long, and let out a chaotic and thunderous roar that reverberated through the walls. Sun Gongzi was terrified and realized that there was no escape from this cramped little room. He decided to confront the ghost head-on. Secretly, he reached for the dagger hidden under his pillow and swiftly drew it out, striking the ghost with all his might. The blow landed on its stomach, producing a sound akin to striking a stone. Enraged, the ghost extended its enormous claws to grab him. Sun Gongzi instinctively shrunk his body, and the ghost only managed to seize his blanket before angrily retreating. Sun Gongzi, now lying on the ground, shouted in terror. The monks and servants rushed in with torches, but to their surprise, the door remained closed, just as it had been before. They had to enter through the window. Upon seeing Sun Gongzi's condition, they were all astounded. They lifted him onto the bed, and only then did he recount the sequence of events. Upon examination, they discovered the blanket wedged in the gap of the bedroom door. When they inspected the door with torchlight, they found claw marks, as large as a winnowing basket, penetrating wherever they touched. Come daybreak, Sun Gongzi no longer dared to stay there. He packed his books and returned home. When later questioned about the incident, the monks at the temple said that nothing unusual had occurred thereafter.